New Year's I met you.
New Year's. Met her on
Then
New
I
Year's.
didn't see you for the whole entire year until that summer, and then
Yeah.
I came back up here.
Yeah.
And then I saw you again, and then we got together, and then shortly, a few months after that, I became pregnant.
Yeah.
Started.
So here I am, 23. She's 16, and got her pregnant, and didn't fly too well with her mom and stepdad. But so then her mom let her move out, so we moved into Castle Point, and Kristi threw away the pregnancy test, and I ran in the gas station and dug through the trash to find the pregnancy test, and we were all pumped up, and there was only one person that was like really excited for us, even though, because the age difference was like, you know. And
I had a lot of people doubt me, like, if you don't take care of this kid, we're gonna combine you to take your kid from you. Like, people were already doubting me from the beginning that I wasn't gonna be able to take care of my kids. So that gave me an issue too. Like, this is serious. I'm ready to take care of this. I'm ready to get out of here. Like, that was my big thing.
She left me a couple times in the first 3 years because of me. Right? Mostly me.
We were making strides in the right direction, but our relationship, it was a struggle. Like, it just kept getting harder and harder, and we didn't know how to deal with the situation. So I'm like, finally, I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm like, I'm leaving. So I packed up one day when he was at work, and he came home to an empty apartment. Like, I just wanted to leave. I wanted to be gone. But then when I was gone and when I left, I still had that thought of, I don't want my kid to have to go through what I went through.
That was the first time she left me. Yeah.
And I didn't want my kid to go through what I went through, but I didn't want to get hurt again. And I didn't know how to deal with this relationship with him. But then Chance got sick, and I was scared, and I didn't know what to do. And Mike, always being there for me, he stepped up and took us in and, helped me take care of Chance. And it's just something I really need, just to feel that comfort. And so I was like, okay, I'll try this again. So I moved back in, and we tried doing it again. It was good for a while, but then it started getting rough. And I think at that point, I just decided, well, we're together, but I'm just gonna keep doing my own thing. Yeah, he's like my roommate, but we're still together. It's just kind of like he lives over here and I live over here, but we're gonna keep still doing life. And then it just got to the point where I couldn't keep doing that. I left again, and I was serious, I'm not gonna come back. I don't want to deal with this. And that time I was just, kind of fed up with life again and just doing my own thing. And I started just going out a lot and doing my own thing. And when Chance was with Mike, and it was just sad to see, Mike sad, and I could see it, but I was like, I'm not going back with him, and I would see that. And he kept doing little things I've never seen before. He would just surprise me with some breakfast when I got done with third shift in the morning. He'd meet me at my doorstep with IHOP, and I'm like, wow, this isn't like him. Normally he's doing everything for himself and nothing for me. And I'm like, wow, that caught me off guard. And I was like, but I'm not gonna fall for that. I'm not gonna fall for that. And I kept telling myself, don't worry, just go.
But the reason why it didn't work, I think, the 2 times it didn't work, is because we didn't really know how to maintain a family, or we were more, we liked each other and we cared about each other, but it was us, me living for me, and doing what I wanted to do, play basketball every day, and do whatever I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do, getting ready to leave her house, something, I can remember it was clear as day, just came over me, and for the first time in my life, I just saw, I put myself in her shoes, you know what I mean? And I saw the verbal abuse that I did to her non-stop, and I knew that was her weakness, and God showed me that, and I bawled my eyes out, man, and I remember calling my cousin, and I was crying, really crying, weeping, and couldn't breathe, really, and crying hard, just felt a remorse. And that was where my story began with Jesus. Me and my cousin continued these, we'd meet at his house and watch football and eat together, and he would cook for me and do all kinds of things, and which was really cool. And we would read the Bible together, and he would tell me, read this tonight, you know, and let me know what you think tomorrow, you know what I mean? And it didn't make any sense to me, to be honest with you, but I still read it. But that's when God kind of got a hold of me, showed me himself in a real way. Looking back, I wouldn't have known that was my moment when he got a hold of me, maybe 5 years ago, or 8, 9 years ago. But now I do. You know, that's where my story began with Jesus. Yep. So that's kind of, we have went to church before, but it was sort of, let me go here to have a better Monday. You know what I mean? So that's what it was for me. Like, man, my weeks feel better after I go to church. That's as far as it went, you know.
And then I was driving by Southside, and they were showing Fireproof, and I was like, oh, hey, this church is showing Fireproof, and we just watched that, and I really liked that movie. It was something I really felt like I'd connect with. And he's like, yeah, let's go to that. And I'm like, okay, let's go. That weekend, I actually happened to go out for someone's birthday, so Saturday night, I came home late, and I was really tired, and you know, I was like, but that was the first time when I came home late from staying out, I felt bad, like, leaving Mike. So that was the first time I ever felt bad, like, just doing that. So that was different for me. So I had another thing of just regret hanging over my head. And so he's like, hey, we're gonna go to Southside in the morning, let's go. And I'm like, but I don't really wanna go, I don't feel good, I feel hungover still, I don't really wanna go. And he's like, yeah, we should. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go. And I just remember just sitting there, like, feeling like crap. And just, like, remember people there were, like, so, like, never before I felt like I connected with people. Like, they really cared about me and, like, wanted to know who I was. Other places I didn't get that. But I don't remember anything that was said, but at the very end that there's just someone that can forgive me for what I've done. And I was like, what? Like, someone can forgive me? Like, who's this person? Because I didn't know who this person was. And if you want to be forgiven, mark it on your card. I was like, okay, I'm going to mark it on my card. And I threw it in the basket, and I was good. And, like, didn't think much of it. And then, like, you know, I was like, I got a phone call. I was like, hey, Mike, that pastor called us. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, well, I guess he's coming over. And I remember calling my girlfriend, like, what do I do? Like, what am I supposed to do? She's like, you'll be fine. Just let him come. I'm like, okay. So, you know, he comes into our house, and we sit down and talk to him, and he's like, hey, you know, you marked on your card that you wanted to be forgiven of your sins. I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, I remember them. Like, I want that still. And so he sat down and opened up his Bible, and he was telling us about who this Jesus is and how he died for me and for my sins. And I was like, what? Like, someone actually died for me and wants to forgive me of my sins and take it away? Like, I mean, I already was just, that time I was so heavy with just regret and just life not being right and unsure what to do with Mike, like if it was gonna work still. And he's like, but this is what's offered for you, and is this something you want to do? I'm like, yeah, I want this for sure. And you know, and he asked Mike, and Mike's like, yeah, this is something I want too. And so at that moment, you know, we asked Jesus to come into our lives and to forgive us. And I just felt like just the weight of my past and my regrets were just taken from me, and I was so thankful for that. And I knew that this was something I was ready to do and to take. And then after we got done, he talks to us about getting married, and the last pastor, I was like, no. And this time I'm like, yes, I'm ready to get married. So he said, all right, well, how about we get married in 3 days? We're like, all right, let's do it. So we got married in 3 days. So it gets even cooler. So then after we get married, it was so awesome. Like, I knew this is where we were supposed to be, because like God, like, you know, just hearing from our past, like we struggled with relationships. So we step into this church, and I'm so thankful for just being in a Christian family. Like, it helped me so much with me as a woman and as a wife, because the next thing that happens after we got married, you know, Southside promotes, or doesn't promote, they have a marriage conference,
like,
and
right
just start
afterwards.
setting like a foundation of what our marriage is supposed to be like and how we need to do our relationship. It was so awesome. So just things kept going in order, what we needed, and I'm so thankful for it. The mentors were coming in our lives, and it was really what we needed, and God knew that, and how he had it planned out for us.